When it feels like the world's falling down, I'll be there to lift you from the ground. Don't be afraid, just let me in, love me and down. How could I say your pain in the lies and all your secrets? I'll take them all, I'll be your keeper. Let's run away, no need to stay alone now.
Hey everybody, it's me Marquita, and I am back with another video. I just did the video of things that scared me, scary things that happened to me, or I forgot what the title was. But I wanted to come and make this video separately because it was a very traumatizing a very traumatizing situation that I don't think I ever will forget. I really don't. Okay, it was this man that lived across the parking lot from us. And he was the sole parent, fully, he had a son. He's a full-time parent of his son. And, his baby mama, wife, or whatever she was to him, was in and out. She was on drugs. I mean, he was on drugs, but he still took care of his son. His son was his life. And, I'm going to say his baby mama, because I don't know if they were married. His baby mama came to his house one night, and she was wanting more drugs, so she went out and did what she had to do to get more drugs. And when she ran out of drugs, she was mad at him, and he was basically like, please, don't sleep with them, not in front of me, not while our son is upstairs asleep. And she was just like, I don't care nothing about you. And I don't know what was said, but that's basically how she was acting, like she didn't care nothing about what he said. Like I said, I wasn't there. I was, let's say, 8 years old. So he then, after she's in the living room, I do know she was in the living room doing all these favors for drugs. And he decided that he was just going to kill himself. So he then slits his wrist. But then I think he realized, okay, I really did slit my wrist. So he then knocks on his neighbor's door. And he's banging on the door. And his neighbor don't answer. And he goes to the next neighbor. He's banging on their door. And they don't answer. And like I said, he lived directly across the parking lot from us. So, let's say, this is his apartment. He was going, this way. And, on around. And, we were over here. And he lived over here. And, right here's the parking lot. So, he lived, right here. So, he was going to, this apartment, on around. And so, nobody wasn't answering the door. And, he was crying. And, me and my sister, we was, sleeping on the couch. Because my mama was at Regina's house, rest in peace, Miss Regina. Star Monica's mama. She was up there, and me and my sister, we was at the house, and we were asleep. And I remember we were sleeping on a couch, and I remember we heard bellman and crying. And we were like, what is that? So then we opened the door, and it's like from like this apartment, and it's like a little opening right here, and then here is like the end apartment, and then we lived right here. So like this little open part, like here was an apartment, like the end of, like here was an apartment, and that was like the end of that whole apartment building. Like y'all have to see it. And then there was like an open space, and then there was the end of, like, basically it was the beginning. It was like the first apartment, and then we were like in the second. Then we had like 4 more like this way of the side of us, and then that was like all the apartments on our street. So I remember he was at that last apartment, and he got all the way, and he collapsed. And by this time, people are opening their doors to see who is bellman and crying. Like, they just hear somebody bellman and crying, and help me, please, somebody help me. But they didn't open their door until like he was gone. And of course, when they opened their door, their porch had blood on it, so they didn't know what was going on. So I remember he collapsed, and like me and my sister, we opened up the door, and by this time my mama sees, like, cause like where she is, she was like up on the hill, and she was looking down the hill, and she could see that our door was open. So she immediately ran down the hill, because she's like, okay, I don't know what's going on, my kids are down there. In my head, that's what she's thinking. But she ran down there, and she sees like Sean is right there, not in front of our apartment, but like almost in front. Like he collapsed, and like he was still, somebody help me, please, like really weakly by this time. And so I remember my sister had a white blanket, and so my mom was like, go get the broom. Now no, I'm laughing because if y'all know my mama, y'all would laugh, because my mama, she was drunk, like beyond drunk, and in her mind she was Chuck Norris mixed with a little Bruce Lee, and she broke that broom over her leg twice like it was nothing. It was one of them thick, probably about that big around, the thick wooden brooms with the real wooden bristles. So it was a good thick broom. And I'm laughing because she broke that bad boy over her knee, and broke it over her knee again. And then she took my sister's cover, and she stripped, she tore it in strips, and she, put the about this time people see like what's going on. Then they called the ambulance, and so she then takes my sister cover, she puts the thing around his arm, and she tightens it, and she's like, here, hold this. So I'm holding one, and then she does it, and then that's when she's telling my sister, here, you hold this one, because she was gonna like get another strip to try to like tie it in a knot, tie. And then that's when Sam, good old Sam, that's when he came out. He goes, Stella, because that's my mom's name. He's like, don't let them. He's like, don't make them girls hold that. Do not make. No. He's like, girls, go in the house. You don't need to see this. He goes, don't make them hold that. And so he grabbed, he grabbed both of the sticks and was holding it. And so he was like, and he was sitting up our fuss. He's like, well, Sean, what'd you do? Like, what happened? And Sean was like, he was saying, of course, me and my sister, we didn't go nowhere, because we're like, you know, what happened to Sean? Like, what's going on? Is he gonna die? And so, you know, he was telling the story how what she was doing in the living room and all that, and he didn't want to live and stuff. And then, like, the ambulance ended up coming to get him, and when they got there, Loretta and Billy, I don't think y'all know them, but if y'all do know, Loretta and Billy, Bridget and Cody's mama, Patika and Jim and Buddy, that's who they are. Sorry, Jim and Sharon and Patika and Buddy, that's what I was saying, but it wasn't them. It was Loretta and Billy, and then their 2 kids was Bridget and Cody. Anyhow, Loretta was pregnant with Cody, and the ambulance came and she started hyperventilating, and so they went up to check on her because she was pregnant. And it was just like, okay, this man, like, y'all can trace his blood. Not that taking care of her wasn't important too, but she did not have to be outside. Like, nobody told, I think she was like 8 months pregnant, so nobody was like, okay, well, you need to come outside, look at this. So she was basically taking one of the ambulance people away from Sean, but they end up calling a second ambulance and asked her if she need to go to the hospital. She's like, no, I don't need to go to the hospital. And on the way to the hospital, I think he died twice, but they got him back. Last time me and my sister seen Sean was in 2008. Not 2008, 1998. I remember because me and my sister, we were at we was at Broadway Shopping Center. We was at Save-A-Lot, and we had Tim with us because Tim was born in 97, in December 97. That's when Tim was born, and we had Tim with us. And he's like, oh, can I have he asked my sister, can you spare $1 so I can get me some cigarettes? And my sister's like, well, you know, because she didn't have any cash. Like, all her cash was on the card. She's like, and we had bus cards that we just slide, and so we really didn't have any cash. And I was 14, so my allowance, I spent candy. I bought candy with my allowance. But I really didn't have any cash. And I remember that's what he said, and you know, and Alicia was like, I don't have any cash, but you can have the rest of these cigarettes, which was like a half a pack of cigarettes. And so that's when he says something, and he's like, y'all look, and he looked at my sister, he goes, you look familiar. He goes, do I know you? And you know, Alicia was like, no, I don't think so. And she's like, well, what's your name? He's Sean. And we, Sean, you know, blah, blah. I'm not going to say his son's name. You know, so-and-so's daddy. And yeah, that's him. And he was like, and we was like, oh, well, it's good to see you. So that's like the last time that I physically have seen him. I don't know if Alicia's seen him since. So as of 98, he was still alive. But I don't know nothing about him. I don't know if he's still alive. I don't know if he went on to die. Like, I don't know, because he wasn't really old. Like, he probably would be, he probably like be in his 50s now, you know, because he might have been like a couple years younger than my mama. Like, because he looked like a young guy even back then. You know, he didn't look like he would have been old enough, you know, to have a son that was like 10. But that was just my one story that I thought I would tell, that really changed my life, that I don't think I would ever forget. I mean, it was so scary because I didn't know what to do. My sister didn't know what to do. And I mean, holding the sticks, I would do all over again, you know. But yeah, Sam was like, don't let them do that. Don't make them hold them sticks. Good old Sam, he passed now. Him and Marianne both. Marianne, she was 27 when she passed. I think Sam was like 50 something. Or he might have been 60. I don't know. He died not too long after Marianne died. But yeah, so hopefully y'all like that video. I know it's kind of like a gloomy video, but I don't think of it as gloomy really, because a good outcome came. He didn't die. He didn't die, and that's the positive of that story. That's the positive of that story, that he didn't die. He lived another day to whatever he needed to do. Take care of his son. Like I said, he was a great dad. A great single parent to his son. But yeah, so hopefully y'all like that video. And once again, I would like, sorry, my skin was peeling on my finger. Once again, I would like to shout out Cher's Life, Rambling K, my Lil Crazies, Dorian, just check the description. I'm getting tired, but Hitler's not gonna let me sleep. Y'all know how that ish goes, like Drake says. Anyhow, I'm gonna let y'all go, and hopefully I can take some over-the-counter sleep aids and go to bed, because unlike Roseanne, I have Ambien, and I need Ambien to put me asleep. And my Ambien, you know what, Keita? Back it up. Retract. Do not go there. Do not go there. I do apologize. Let me leave this on a positive note. Y'all have a blessed night and have a great day. Bye.